Welcome to Advanced Drumming Class. This video will correlate with last Tuesday's lesson and sheet. We're learning the basics on how to make up our own beats, using actual rhythmic vocabulary to do so. Our exercise, which is a little tricky, is to count out loud while playing our beat. We count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Each note gets a number and an. There's 8. To get started, let's count and with the right hand play what we count, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's try it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. After 4, we always go back to the 1 and start over again. After we're comfortable with this, let's add the left hand. We'll put the left hand on numbers 2 and 4. So while we're counting, when we hit 2 and 4, with our count, make sure we tap the pad on 2 and 4. That'll be the snare drum, or what we remember used to call the backbeat. Let's try. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great. Now let's add the right foot, which is our bass drum. For starters, we'll just put the bass drum on number 1. So this will happen right as we hit the first note of the beat. Let's try. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's it. Now we're going to add the bass drum to the number 3. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bass on 1 and 3 and 4. Also 3 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So that bass drum was on 1 and 3. And actually that beat is put right together right. This is just an easier way to actually understand how we're breaking down the beat so we can add other things to it to make different beats. I would practice this quite a bit until I'm really comfortable with it before we add the last bass drum. The last bass drum is going to be on the and after 3. So it's going to be on beat 3, and then the next thing we say is and, so the bass drum will come in right there as well. So we have 2 bass drums right in a row at 3. Let's try. 1, 2, ready and go, and boom, and 2, and boom, boom, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now we have a completely different beat. Now you have to remember that the hi-hat and snare always stay the same. We're making new beats essentially by moving the bass drum around. But the hi-hat plays the 1 and all the ands, or the numbers and all the ands, and the snare is always on 2 and 4. Just always remember that. That's also called the backbeat. let's try and really work on this week, because next Tuesday we'll be able to come up with different beats and add bass drums in different places. It'll be really fun. Until then, have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday.